Andrew Tate, Jake Paul, negotiations have started for what would be a huge fight, and the question has arisen, who would win? People are thinking this would be a close fight, possibly a draw. No, I believe these two fighters are on different levels, to the point that this match would not even be close. But once I explain, you watching will also agree with me. I know who will win this fight, and it's clear. We have a few aspects to look at before we can justify this statement. This is exactly why Jake Paul would beat Andrew Tate, and why it's kind of not close at all. First, we must look at their physical attributes. Jake Paul, 5'11", 76-inch reach, 6-0 with 4 KOs, giving him a 66.67% KO ratio. Now, a lot of these KOs are of not so great fighters, but a 66% KO ratio seems pretty good at face value. Andrew Tate, 6 foot, reach, 76-inch. His record in kickboxing is 76-9 with 23 KOs, giving him a 30% KO ratio. Of course, less than Jake Paul's, but this is natural when you fought many more opponents. We can already see who has more experience, and so far you may be thinking Tate has the advantage. What we need is a skill comparison, and then you'll see why Jake has the edge. So, straight onto the skill comparison. After reviewing Tate's recent and previous fights, a few things became very obvious. A few things which Jake can take advantage of. We immediately see Tate fighting with a low guard. Now, the first thing has become apparent. Tate's low guard can be exploited by Jake's right hand, the hand which has led to all of his KOs. Tate's low guard means if Jake can pull it off quick enough, it'll land. Tate is good at evading though. He weaves and moves back well, but he reacts well normally to quite telegraphed punches. Jake's snappy right hand, which could be set up by a flash jab which blinds Tate, or a feint to drop his guard further, will mean the right hand could land quite successfully. Combined with Jake's power, it could be devastating. But this is one aspect. We have a few more to assess. Jake Paul constantly applies pressure, flicking out the jab and feigning in between to bridge the gap between another jab. Tate will have to be quite active. This is not normal for Tate. Tate seems to be quite relaxed in the ring. Of course, he's alert and that's why he reacts quickly, but feigning can be effectively used by Jake. Tate will have to respond to the feint. He won't know whether the feints are going to be real punches or feign. And we know when Tate reacts, he usually leans back. Now this is great, however, if he reacts too much to a feint, when Jake commits to a real punch, Tate will already be off balance and back. So when Jake actually throws a punch, Tate won't be able to evade any further as he's already far back. Jake can follow up with combinations while Tate is off balance. We've also seen Tate under pressure and he's usually quite good, however he's not good off balance. Now we will talk about the fact that he's really good under pressure and why this might actually help him, but when he's off balance he can struggle, and if Jake can get him a good few times by quickly getting in and applying momentary pressure, it could be quite devastating for Tate. However, we cannot pretend Tate is not good. This is the final aspect to look at, Tate's strengths and if Jake can handle it. Mentioned earlier, Tate is great at fighting backward and in fact can throw better when he's being attacked, as he sees openings as the opponent is throwing and being the aggressor. Jake under pressure is a mess and gets quite badly hurt, so in order for Tate to get a good chance at winning, he would have to apply pressure on Jake. I believe this is the only way Tate could win, but I'm not sure if Tate would be able to do this. Applying the same pressure on Jake to the point Jake has to be on the back foot will be pretty hard. Jake constantly flicks out that jab and jumps into shots, bridge the awkward fact that the reach is the same. This means Tate will struggle to get in as Jake is actively throwing, and with the low guard of Tate, it will mean that if Jake can land, Tate will be put off being aggressive and trying to apply pressure as he's always being met by Jake's counters. It's controversial, however true. Jake Paul can use his right hand to exploit that low guard of Tate. Tate can sure fight on his back foot and handle pressure, but cannot fight when off balance. Jake can feign, which will make Tate react and move back. Then Jake can follow up with a real shot while Tate is back. This means that Tate is fully back and can no longer evade the punches of Jake. Jake can hit combinations fast, and while Tate is backing up after a double jab, and while he is in a low guard position, Jake can jump in with his speed, hitting a hard, fast right into Tate's left side, and possibly knock him out. Sure, he's good at things. Got a good ability and good knowledge. He can easily maneuver around the ring and evade punches, but Jake can use his feigning to make Tate drop the guard further to land. Jake can use his quick jab to blind Tate as he throws the right. He can land combos while Tate is backing up. As Jake's attacks are quick, by the time Tate tries to counter-attack on the back foot, Jake will be out. Tate can easily be placed in an off-balance position, like as we discussed before, a feint to make Tate react and lean back. The damage will continue to occur as Jake lands combos. The pressure can be handled by Tate, but when Jake is actively doing these things and constantly exploiting Tate's weaknesses, it's a different story. Tate is, don't get me wrong, good, but I hope you understand why Jake is just levels above. Overall, I see Jake Paul winning. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.